Hey everyone, this is going to be a short review of the Korg Volca Nubass. The reason I decided to get one of those, and I just bought the unit a couple of days ago, is that, while I really like the Electribe here on the right, the Korg Electribe 2, I feel like the monophonic bassline sounds are not that great, especially when you want to try to create those TB303 glide and slide sounds. I think that Korg didn't really do a good job with that one. So I decided to invest in a separate unit to produce this bassline that will go along with the Electribe. And I have to say, I really, really like this device. I think that not only it sounds great, I think the sequencer in particular is a really good one. And what I really like about the sequencer is that it can inspire you to think on, this random patterns and things that you're not necessarily thought about programming. But let me give you some overview about the units itself. First of all, there are two cables here that you see. One of them is the sync, which is connected to the Electribe to sync the tempo of both of the units. And the other one is a cable connected to the headphones out, which is also connected to Electribe. So you don't have to connect it that way, but I like to do that because it gives me the opportunity to move away from the computer and just do a nice jam with my headphones connected only to the Electribe. So the sounds of the Volca actually pass through the audio in of the Electribe, so I can get to hear both of them on my headphones. What really surprised me about this unit is that even though it's looked like a toy, it sounds really great. I mean, I'm really satisfied with the sound of it. But where it really shines, like I said before, is the sequencer. And that is one of the coolest part. So let me just clear all the pattern here. Now, there are many ways to create a pattern on the unit. You can record live. Right. Let's clear that again. Or you can enter the step record by pressing the function here and pressing the record here again. As you can see here, it says step record, and it's connected to the extra features that you can get by pressing the function. And with this mode, this is the first bit of the pattern. So every time I will enter a note, it will automatically continue to the next one and just record my pattern. So it's very easy to record like that instead of being very precise when you just press record and try to record yourself in live, especially on a unit small like that when the keyboard is really small and you can get accidental notes. So right now it's made a full circle, went through all the 16 bits and came back to the first one. So we can exit that by pressing function again. And if I play that, now that's a pattern, but it's not really inspiring or interesting pattern, right? So we can do other things here to make it a bit more interesting, like adding slides. Right, so one note is sliding to the next one. Another cool feature is that we can have accents here. Accents are basically points in the pattern that are more emphasized, and you can control how much they're emphasized with this knob here that says accent as well. So if I want this, you hear how strong it's becoming. Now if I press and hold a button, the accent becoming even stronger. And you can see that indicated by the lights here flashing. We also have here the transpose, which basically will transpose whatever note you're selecting, 1 octave or 2 octaves. For 1 octave, you press 1. If you want to get 2 octaves, you press 2 times. Unfortunately, it goes only up and not down, but even so, you can create really cool stuff. Now, another cool feature that Korg added here is the way to randomize any one of these. So if I press function, and let's say I want to randomize the slides, you see now it's a whole different configuration right now. And I can, until I find something that I'm satisfied with. The coolest part about the sequencer is entering the step mode, which I can select only the bits that I'm interested in playing out part of the 16. So it gives you the opportunity to create very interesting rhythms and patterns. And if I, it's so I just added a kick on the Electribe to be synced together, so the pattern, so you can better hear the pattern, how it goes with your track. But that's not the coolest part. The really cool part is this mode. So you can, what you're basically telling the sequencer is that I want only this bit and only these notes to be repeated in the loop, and then just ignore everything else. And you can get really interesting some rhythms here, right? So this is the main oscillator, and we also hear now the sub-oscillator, but if I take it down, you can hear now just the main oscillator. You add the sub, and you will be able to hear it, I think, only with a good pair of headphones. You can really hear the low frequency. You can also enhance the saturation of the sub-oscillator with this knob here, or make it more soft. And there's another knob here to define the tone of the bass. Make it more bright or a bit darker. I like it somewhere in the middle. The drive here, which is connected to the tube over there, gives more of a grit to our bass line. If I'm not wrong, this is a 24 dB filter. So unlike the TB303, which is an 18 dB filter, but nonetheless it sounds really good, and you can really get some acid bass line. Of course, you have here the envelope generator with attack and decay. By the way, you can also record the motion, so you can see here. This is reserved for the motion. So if I press function and I press motion on, and then it's indicated here, I can basically now record any motion. We also get an LFO here, which can control the pitch, cutoff, or the amplitude. And you activate it as well with a function. So right now, the LFO is targeting the pitch. And the way to control the rate and the amount of the LFO is pressing function and using the same knobs here. The LFO can also sync to the BPM. And you can control the shape of the wave of the LFO with function again. So this is a square shape. Let's remove that because it sounds ridiculous. You can also change the oscillator, the main oscillator of the wave from a sawtooth to a square shape. If I open the filter here, you can hear. Let me just. By the way, if you want to clear one of the motion, you press function here and you see clear. Then I can decide what I want to clear. And I want to clear the motion here. So now we're back to the filter in its initiate state. There's a tempo here, a knob for the tempo over here that's also function as a swing. So right now the unit is synced to the Electribe, so I can't really change the tempo from here, but I can change the swing. Which is really cool also, to give it some groove. There's another pitch control here to take the whole sound higher, lower. And you can also record that one, so you can have very interesting results. So if I press record, let's clear that one. So as you can see, it's a very versatile little machine. It's very small but very powerful. You also have here Midi in if you want to connect. You also have Midi in over here if you want to connect the unit, if you want to control the unit from another Midi device or from your DAW, for instance. So you can also sync this to your DAW. The unit itself is powered by 6 AAA batteries, but I'm using here, you can also connect it to the power with an adapter. The adapter is not included in the box, so you have to buy it separately. And the battery is supposed to last for about 8 hours. There are 16 memory slots here to save your patterns. And you can, of course, override those with this, pressing the function and override. And each one of these slots actually capturing everything, including your motion record, your settings, everything is captured. What is not captured is the LFO. I think the LFO is global for all the patterns. So yeah, I'm really excited about this unit. And as I said, I just got it a couple of days ago, so I'm still getting more familiar with it and really having fun just, trying the random stuff. I will put in the description some links to jam session that I made with this device here on YouTube, so you can hear it in action. And if you want to learn anything about it, just shoot your question in the comment. Or if you have some other tips, useful tips for me to know, because I'm only learning this device, also feel free to share them. Thank you.